Yeah, hi everybody. Today we will check how we can create the first job in Talent. So this is the main window that will open when we open the Talent Open Studio. So here it contains the repository. Here to create a new job, what you need to do, we need to go to this job details, right click on that. Before creating a job, we need to create a folder which will help you segregate the different jobs in different folders. Like in library, we have different rack for geography books, different rack for history books. So similarly, here we can just keep the jobs in the respective folder so that it is helpful for us. So let's create a folder first. So let's make it employee and finish. And you can see the folder came into got created. So if you right click on this particular folder, then you can click on create job. Here you can provide the name, like suppose say employee salary. You can just mention the purpose, though it is not mandatory. You can just mention any purpose, and you can write the description. This job is for employee salary, employee salary calculation. Suppose I provided this description. So this is not mandatory. Only the name column is mandatory. So you can then click on finish. Once you click it, you can see a job will get created. That window will get open in the designer. And if you see, you can see a arrow here. So if you click on that, you will see the job here. And one more thing that you need to note, if you just hover it on the job name, you can see some message popping up. That is employee salary calc. So what is exactly that? If you see whatever thing I have mentioned in the description, that description part comes when you hover it on the job. So once you open the job, that job will get opened here, and you can see there is a lock sign here. That means the job is already opened. Let me close this particular job. You can see the lock sign uh, got removed. That means this job is not open. This is not logged. Okay. Let me double click on this and let's create a job first. Now this is my designer window where we can drag and drop the components here and we can do the changes. So let's create a simple job first. First of all, I need a file which will contain the data and I just need to print the data in this log. So I have already created a file. So this is the file which contains employee salary related data. Let me show you the data. It is a CSV file. You can see here I have four columns: employee ID, employee name, month, and salary. It is separated by comma. Like here, the employee ID is one, Samir. For January month, what is the salary? I just created a dummy file for testing purpose. This is a comma separated file, CSV file. Okay. So so first of all, what we need to do, we need to go to this palette. Here you will see there are several components here. So if you click on that file, go to input. There you can see we have file input delimiter. Just click on that, drag it, left click on that and drag it to the designer window. You can see a pop-up, you can see that icon component getting created here. Then you can go to log error. There you will see we have tLogRow. Just left click on that and drag it to the designer window. Then what we can do, just right click on this t tFile input delimiter and drag it and bring it near tLogRow. So in this way, the two components got connected. Now we need to pull that data for this tFile input. So there are multiple ways you can just manually provide all these informations here. What is a file name? What is a row separator? What is a file separator? We can do that. Or the other way is we can just create a metadata in this metadata section, and we can reuse that metadata in each and every job that we want to use. So let's create a metadata first for that file, at the employee salary file. So for that, what we need to do, we need to go to metadata. We have a CSV file. So it is pipe delimited. It is a comma separated file. So let's go to file delimited. So if you right click on this, create file delimited, provide a proper name like employee salary. Okay. Purpose or description you can just mention, that is not mandatory. Whatever thing you put it in description, that if you hover it on that will get popped up. So no need of that. Let's go to next. Here I have the file in Windows. So I'll select window. Then I will browse the file where exactly it is. This is the file. I'll select that. Okay. Once you select the file, the data will automatically come here. You can see the data here. It is a comma separated file. Then click on next. You can see the first column is my header. Oh, sorry, first row is my header, and the rest all are the data. So let me click on next. Then here, what is the field delimiter? The field delimiter is, you can see the field delimiter will be my comma. So instead of semicolon, by default, it is semicolon. I can select comma. Automatically here it will get changed. And the row delimiter is new line. Now, if I refresh the preview, I can see the data something like this. Okay. So here what you can see, here the header has column name is column 0, column 1, column 2, column 3. And the data, in the data, I am getting employee ID, employee name, month and salary along with the other data. So is the first line is a header, and so what I can do, I can just click on header and I can just specify that the first line is a header. Now let me refresh it. Now you can see only the data is coming, but still the header is coming as column 0, column 1, column 2, and column 3, the column names. What I want to just make the header as the column name. So what I can do, I can select header as 1 and set header row as column name. Header is 1 and set header row as column name. If I preview, then you can see the column name for the first column is employee ID, second column is employee name, third column is month and the salary, and the actual data comes below. Now let me click on next. Just provide a proper name for it, like employee salary metadata. Let's click on finish. You can see the column name and that we have created that has come here, and that has come here, like employee ID, employee name, month and salary, and it automatically takes the data type what it has. So what you can do, if you want to modify the data type, you can do that here. We can select the proper data type. If the data that it pulls is not correct, so we can always modify it. but it automatically predicts what is the data type based on the data that we have in the table or in the file. Let's click on finish. Now you can see the employee salary came here, and this is the employee salary metadata. If I see what are the column names, employee ID, employee name, month and salary. Now I want to read this data in this job. So how can I do that? Just click on this employee salary, the file delimiter metadata that I created. Left click on it and drag it on top of this tFileInputDelimiter. You can see all the properties automatically got created based on whatever metadata and the file name you have provided. You can see the file name. It has automatically taken it from that metadata. You can see the header is 1, footer is 0, and the separator it has automatically picked up. Now I can go to tLogRow. Okay, let's not do any changes in here. Let's go to run. Let's run it and see how the data comes. So if I show you, this is the data that I had. Okay. So this is the data which I had in the data in the table. In the file, this is the data I have, and this is the data which I'm getting in tLogRow. So you can see here it is getting 5 delimited. The data is coming in 5 delimited. Let's modify this particular way we are expecting the output to be. Currently it is 5 delimited. Let's click on this tLogRow. Let's go to component. We have currently used basic. If we want to change the delimiter, let's change it. Instead of pipe, we can make it comma. Okay. Now let's run it. Now you can see all the data is now comma separated, but we don't see any header here. We only see the data. So we can also do that changes here. We can just click on print header, do the changes in the tLogRow component, print header. Then let's click on run. Now you can see even the column name has come here. Okay. Then the data is separated with comma. Now suppose I want to print the data in a tabular format. So what I can do, I can select table. Okay. Now I made the changes in tLogRow component table. Let's go to run, click on run. Now you can see all the data came as a tabular format. This is my tabular format. You can see the data. Now let me do one more thing. I have one more option, that is vertical. Let me use vertical. So what it does, it will print each row as a key value pair. Currently I got the data in tabular format. Now you can see there are 4 records here. There are 4 records here. So what it will do, it will print each row in key value pair. Now let me check how the data it comes. Let me run it. Now if you see here, this is my first row and this is my first record, which has a key value pair, that is employee ID 1, employee name Samir, month as January, salary as 1000. This is my first record. Then if I scroll down, I can see the second record, that is for February 2000. This is my second record. Now if I scroll down, I can see the third record, that is for employee ID 2 Raju, January, the salary is 3000. You can see the data. This is my data. Now we can see the fourth record also, that is employee ID 2 Raju for February. This is my fourth record. So this is how we get when we choose the option as vertical. So by this, we created our first job. We got to know how we can create a simple job in Talend and run it. I hope this is helpful. Thanks everybody.